Right. I mean, we're really focused on the mobile web. So I think that's kind of really where and obviously smartphones are more likely to have the mobile web than feature phones. So that's where we're really focused on. So it's really leveraging that mobile web and having the sites and having the search and having the different use cases and consumer behaviors that happen on the mobile web. That's what we're really tracking.
Yeah. And if your question is are you asking about how tablets fit into that? Yeah, I mean, I would agree. It is messy, and even at Google, it had been messy in that we had grouped tablets under mobile, and we've actually put in some new steps to change that. You can now target tablets separately than high-end devices or smartphones, and very soon you're going to be able to report on it separately. If you have a tablet, you've probably noticed that the user interface on a tablet for Google Search is now different than it is on mobile versus desktop. So Google is trying to also figure out how tablets are fitting in the mobile area. We like to think of it on our team, we cover tablets, and we get this question a lot. I think it is a mobile device, but it is very different than smartphones, and we're still trying to mine the data and get better learnings about exactly what the differences are and how an advertiser can best take advantage of that.
Yep. So, oh, go ahead. Oh, sure. Sure. So the mobile landing page, what we're talking about there is just a redirect to a very simple page. We don't have an example here with us, but a very simple page that would have maybe your logo and your phone number and maybe one other piece of information. A great example is if you search for Progressive and you click on the ad for Progressive on your mobile phone, it will go to their landing page. All it is a picture of Flo, and then get a quote or call. That's it. A mobile website will work more like a traditional desktop website, where you'll have different pages for different products, but it's optimized for the phone, right? So big buttons, so you can scroll through it with your thumbs.
Yeah, and we get that question a lot. Should I build, I've got a desktop site, we spent tens of thousands of dollars building that out, and now you tell me I have to build a mobile site.
Right.
And that's understandable, right? Like not everyone has, endless pockets to do that. Our recommendation, though, is if you can't build a full mobile site that mirrors most of the content, just start with a good landing page.
Right.
Because what you don't want to happen is, again, drive someone to your desktop site that's rendering on a mobile device and have them try and expand it with their fingers and not be able to find their buttons, not read the content. Because we've already showed that consumers are not okay with that anymore.
Yeah.
So the recommendation is if you can't build the full mobile site, maybe you want to, but budget constraints or resources, start with a mobile landing page, because either on your own with your own creative agencies, it's not very costly, or you can use the Google products to do this for free and just build something that's basic, just so that when someone is searching on your service, you drive them to at least a good experience to start with. So the question was about site links. Typically, site links are used to drive deeper within the experience. So a lot of times, people use site links if they haven't built a mobile site yet. Like if they've got a desktop site, but they want to drive them to a specific product site or a specific piece of that desktop site for a specific conversion, because it's not optimized and you don't want to just drive them to the home page and then have them not know where to go. You can use a site link to drive them deeper into that area. People also use this for a mobile site. If you've built out a great mobile site, you can still do this, but that's another kind of like bridge the gap solution if you haven't built a full mobile site.
Yeah, and also with mobile, one of the big uses for site links, if you discover on your mobile website a lot of people are looking for store locators, you might have a site link that's dedicated to just store location. But it might be a very different site link on your mobile campaigns versus your desktop campaigns.
Yeah, again, it's looking at your traffic. Where's your traffic going, and what do your consumers want from you, and then directing them there.
I think I saw you a while ago.
Mm-hmm. great. Yeah.
I will talk about responsive design because I really like it. The question was about responsive design. And this is basically the idea that when you go to the mobile web, whether it's on a smartphone, Android smartphone, iPhone, BlackBerry, or you go to a tablet, whether it's an Android tablet, an iPad, whatever, it's going to respond and look good. And this is something that's growing. If you want to see a really cool example of this, go to the Boston Globe site. I think it works on all devices, but if you go to on your desktop and go to your Boston Globe, you can actually resize your screen, and no matter how big or small your screen is, the content will adjust, and it'll still look good. And it also does this on a mobile device. So that's responsive design. This is something that is growing in the industry, and I think we love it because it basically enables a consumer to have a better experience. And when consumers have better experiences, they tend to click on ads more. But in terms of what Google's doing specifically to look at that, I think we just support it. Yeah. We don't have products that necessarily will help you with that yet, but I think that we may. I mean, responsive design is where the industry, I think, is going. Does that answer your question? One more question. Oh, sorry.
No, yeah,
back there somewhere? Ah, that guy. Oh, yeah. He's been having his hand up for 20 minutes. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't want to cut you off, but at Google, paid and ads versus natural and organic is church and state. Yeah. So we're on the paid advertiser side. We know literally very little about SEO and how that works. So I don't know, and I don't think any of us can speak
really
to that. If you want to follow up with us after, we can give you a card. We can put you in touch with the right people, but we're not the right people. We try and keep that very separate. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.